Hello, my name is Brian Bowen, and welcome to Apologetics 101, where we learn the facts the critics don't want you to know. Alright, today I have made a decision about this channel. Could impact the future of this channel, hopefully, not by anything negative. But I'm adding a new program to it, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. But first, let's cue the intro. That's right. I have made a decision. It's not something I've made on the spur of the moment, really. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a very long time. And because I've let y'all guys know that I'm a young Earth Christian. I've never hid that fact from y'all at all. I've got lots of different people that watch my channel. You know, I've got atheists, I got agnostics, I've got skeptics, I've got old Earth creationists, I've got young Earth creationists. I've had young Earth Christians talk to me. I've had old Earth Christians talk to me. I've atheists talk to me. Some comments in the comment sections. I've even made a couple videos along those lines. But I've never really focused on that because that was never really the focus of my channel. And I didn't want the Age of the Earth controversy and the Genesis controversy and the flood stuff. I know a lot about those things, but I didn't want them to permeate the channel because I wanted to reach unbelievers. But the more I began to engage with unbelievers and the more I began to make videos and do research and have my debates and going back and forth with unbelievers, I suddenly realized, especially while I was doing the alleged Bible contradictions, came up a lot in some of the sites and stuff that I witnessed. But people were claiming that because the Bible was contrary to what certain scientists were saying about the origins of the universe. And skeptics were quite plentiful in bringing these things up, claiming that these are errors in the Bible, and they're even using excuses not to believe in Christianity, even though Christianity is actually based on the work and the redemption work of Jesus Christ and Him dying for our sins and rising again from the dead. And inerrancy has never been part of foundational doctrine of Christianity. It's important, don't get me wrong, it's an important doctrine of Christianity and it should be believed, but it's not foundational. Someone could actually be a Christian and reject inerrancy, for example. I think most Christians usually, or at least especially around the West, usually acknowledge the doctrine of inerrancy, but it's still not considered a foundational doctrine. It doesn't make it not important, it's just not foundational to Christianity. And so for the longest time I thought things like the age of the earth and things like that, except for the existence of God, of course, but everything else, you know, I thought was more of an in-house debate. That's usually how it's presented as well, because nobody thinks this is a salvation issue. I don't, nobody else does. We acknowledge that salvation is through faith in Christ alone. You could be the most stock young Earth creationist or the most strictest old Earth creationist, and you could still be saved by the blood of Jesus Christ. That's always been the Christian message. That's always been the gospel, and we've always believed that. And I don't know of any Christian, young or older, that thinks differently on those things. So we often consider this an in-house discussion, and for the most part, it probably is. The problem, however, is it's not staying as an in-house discussion. The problem is that it's starting to spill over into the skeptical community, where skeptics. So I used to think that skeptics was just bringing up because there were a lot of younger Christians that do bring up the age of the earth as a primary target. You know, that they will, you know, address that. And I used to think that, and I'm different from a lot of young Earth Christians because I talk about a lot of other things. I talk about the case for the resurrection. I've got books over there that's on. I've got books on written by old Earth creationists. I've got books written by young Earth creationists. I've got books written by old and young Earth creationist scientists, as well as books over there by atheists and agnostics. You know, so I'm very versatile in terms of the information I gather and the books and works that I cite from. I'm very versatile in my apologetics. I'm not a presuppositionalist apologetic. I'm a cumulative case Christian apologist. I don't get involved in people who dispute different apologetic methodologies. I found whatever apologetic methodology that works for you, but that's the methodology that I have, and that's how I approach it. And being a cumulative case means that I can basically take all the strengths from other apologetic methodologies, presuppositionalism, evidentialism, as well as classical apologetics is usually what I focus on. Somewhere between presuppositional and somewhere between presuppositional and evidentialism. And as far as how I'm looking at things, there's a lot I agree with the presuppositionalists, there's a lot I agree with the evidentialists, there's a lot I agree with classical apologists, but at the same time there are also some differences. So sometimes I'll argue that my arguments might sound like a presuppositionalist, not meaning them to be. It's just the fact that they end up coming out sounding like that. There are areas in that are done by presuppositional, that are written by presuppositional, that's from the presuppositional viewpoint that I actually agree with. And there's quite a bit there I agree with on my lines. But I also agree with the evidentialists on a lot of things as well. And so it's not one of those, I'm definitely this way or definitely that way. It's more like I'm somewhere in between, but I consider myself cumulative case because I do take strengths from these other apologetic methodologies. The only one I don't do is Reformed epistemology, which I've never really found any evangelical or persuasive force in Reformed epistemology. But as far as the other three major branches of apologetics, presuppositionalism, evidentialism, and classical apologetics, there are things that I found right about that. And I've got books written by that. I got books written by William Lane Craig. He's very skeptical of the young earth position, but I've got books over there from him. I've got books over there from lots of different people. And it's not just young earth creationists, it's not just old earth creationists, you know, so I've got a lot of books. And I've done extensive study in terms of the Genesis controversy. Now, the thing is that as a young earth creationist, I believe in young earth creationism, but I also believe in reaching unbelievers. And so I dedicated myself on this channel to reaching unbelievers and equipping other Christians to be able to do the same thing. That focus, that aim remains true. That has not changed one bit. And I will continue doing that because I do feel that that has to be my primary goal. But as time goes on, I realize also that this discussion is spilling over into the skeptical community. Now, when skeptics bring up these kinds of issues, when we're talking about the resurrection and the existence of God, I think we can all agree that it's a red herring, ultimately, because that has nothing to do with the issue. It's actually designed to deviate away from the issue, which is what a red herring does. So it's no doubt that it's irrelevant. But in spite of its irrelevance, the skeptic is still bringing it up like it's very relevant. Like, if you disagree with one point in the Bible and you think that one point isn't true, the rest of the Bible must be not true. That's their gist of their argument. Can't trust it here because it disagrees with these secular scientists, then you can't disagree with the rest of the Bible. And that becomes kind of problematic. Because they're not just saying they're against inerrancy. Yes, they're doing that too, obviously. But they're also sitting there saying that we're going to use that as an excuse not to agree with Christianity. Is that a real excuse? No. Does that really make Christianity false, even if they were right? No. Not one bit. And there are different interpretations of Genesis 1, and I will get into that. I will get into OEC interpretations. I disagree with those interpretations, but there are others that have been designed to try to harmonize this with secular opinion about the origins of man and the origins of the universe and how old it is and so forth. So we can expect some conversation left. But anyhow, what I ended up deciding to do, I struggled with this for a while. Originally, I was just going to have maybe try to isolate, because I made a video sometime back expressing what I openly expressing how I view this particular topic matter. But I said that I was going to try to somehow isolate it so it doesn't take my channel over, because that's not my intention, and it's still not. And so I said, well, maybe I'll do a series or something like that with it, so I can isolate it within that series or open-ended series. Then I realized this topic is very vast. It's very vast. So I wanted to sit there and do it in the form of a channel. I never got the channel started. I mean, I started the channel, but I never put any videos in it. And so, it's called the Genesis Controversy. I don't know if you can find it or not. It has no videos in it. But I got busy on other things, and of course I had schooling, and my mom passed away and things like that. Eventually, when I came back to the subject matter, I thought maybe I can do a series about it. Maybe just a series over the Genesis controversy. I haven't really talked about that much on this channel. I talked about it a few times. I've had a debate review that I did between Ken Hogan and another guy, I think Professor Dave, and I had that on my channel, but I didn't really do much on it. So I decided. By the way, in case you're wondering why it looks so dark on my camera, don't worry, my camera is still the high quality camera it always was. I've got a color filter on it right now because the window behind me is super bright right now. It looks like the sun is just fixing to explode through the window. So I had to do a color correction, trying to lessen the brightness. You can still see the brightness. It's not as bad as it actually is. So that's the reason why it looks dark in this room right now, because I've got the camera turned down on my color filter on my for my camera through the OBS, so that way it doesn't look as bright. So I do apologize for that, but it was just a necessary evil. At any rate, I decided to do this. I ended up, after much praying and much thought on it, much struggle on it, I decided to do it in the form of a new program that I'm incorporating into my channel. It won't be a series per se. It's a program. I'm resisting calling it a show. I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm here to educate and to inform and to instruct. That's what I make videos for. I don't make it for entertainment purposes. They're for educational purposes only, and to discuss these issues and talk about them and get this information out there. But it is a program. I'm incorporating a new program in which I will have other videos, debate reviews, response videos, and even do debate or a video series on various topics, even within this discussion of the Genesis controversy. So instead of having another channel that focuses on it, it's going to be incorporated into this channel, but it's going to have its own thing. It's going to have its own theme. It's going to have it's the way I'm doing it, and so forth. It's going to be different, and I meant it to be different. I mean it to be different because it's not going to be the normal aim of my normal channel of Apologetics 101. It will be under the title of the Genesis controversy. So it'll be kind of like I will have the main title, then I might have the series title, and then the last I might have the title of the program, like Genesis controversy. Of course, I won't. If you don't see that, the third thing, then that's probably because it's a video that I'm doing on my mainstream videos for my channel. So this will be a new program that I'm started, and it's going to be its own thing, but it's going to be awesome because it's going to touch a lot of different issues, things that I've never touched on this channel before, such as the existence of God. It's going to deal with the proper interpretation of Genesis 1, so I can read Hebrew. That's going to be fun. I'm even thinking about making that my very first video. It's going to have debate reviews, response videos. It's all these are going to be centered, of course, around the Genesis controversy. It's going to be talking about the age of the earth, the Great Flood, Big Bang Theory, the theory of evolution. We're going to cover all those issues, and it can vary on how we're doing it. Like 1 minute I could do a general series over a particular topic, and next minute I might target a very specific element of that topic matter, or a specific objection or something of that nature. And again, I'll be doing the occasional response videos and debate reviews, just like I do on my mainstream channel. And it'll all be under the Genesis controversy. Not a series, a new program. And that's what I'm going to do. Yes. But I would like to know in the comments if you'd like to see that, because I'm going to be going on things like the evidence for the global flood. It's going to be awesome. And I'm actually looking forward to doing it. See, when I'm going to do it, though, is a matter of coin toss. I don't know. I kind of committed myself already to a couple more. So I got this video that I'm doing. I got to end the Bart Ehrman series, which I'm fixing to do the fourth part of the Bart Ehrman series. After the Bart Ehrman series, I've got to do another video of the alleged Bible contradictions. I'm going to be so tempted to do the Genesis controversy that I don't know if I'm going to do that before I end up getting the alleged Bible controversy. When I might do the alleged Bible controversy next. That's why I committed myself to do after the Bart Ehrman series, but I'm not sure. I'm really excited about this new series. But as my understanding of what skeptics bring up, they bring up things like the radiometric dating, the flood. They bring up the Big Bang Theory and theory of evolution, and use that to claim that must mean the Bible's wrong because those theories are in place, because it contradicts what certain scientists say about the origins of the universe. And that's one of the things that got brought up a lot, even as I was doing research on these alleged Bible contradictions as well. This got brought up quite a bit. So that's what prompted my decision of it. I hope it's a good one. I hope you like it. I do want to, before I go, I do want to show you what my newest theme, so far, what I've got. I don't know if I'm going to change it, but probably not, because I really like what I've done with it. But, well, you let me know what you think about it. Alright? I personally think it's awesome. You let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more in store. A bunch of stuff suddenly opened up now that I'm going into that controversial subject matter. And we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. Radiometric dating, just tip of the iceberg. Might cover videos over the ice core and the objections of that, and I mean just objections to Noah's flood and the Bible and so forth. And so we're going to be covering all that in this. And if you got some stuff that you would love to see topics on, let me know that in the comment section as well. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I have a new video. Since it's all done on the same channel, you can just subscribe to my channel, and you don't have to subscribe to like 2 different channels, and then push the notification bell. Make sure you select all so you can be notified of every video I produce on this, as well as other videos of other things as well. Alright, well, that's all I have for you. This was not intended to be a very long video. It's more just like a news thing that's happened with my channel and a decision that I made. I hope it was the right decision. Let me know in the comment section if you think it was or not, or why you don't think it is, if you don't think it was the right decision. If you do think it was the right decision, if those are videos you'd like to see, let me know that as well. Alright, that's all I have for you for now. Thank you for watching, and remember, always stay in the know and learn the facts the critics don't want you to know. This is Brian Ball from Apologetics 101 signing off.